Hey you guys, so it's finally Q&A video time. I finally got a little time to do it, so I'm just gonna jump into it. So, one question was, what do you do? What workouts do you do with your Body Beast? And that's the vest that I wear. I mostly use it when I'm working out, doing my cardio. Whether I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical. I normally am on the elliptical. I usually wear it when I'm doing my cardio. And then after, when I wrap up my cardio, then I'll go into doing weightlifting, and I'll also keep it on because it helps support my back. So that's what I do when I'm wearing my Body Beast, like I said, which is the vest that I wear. Tips of getting rid of love handles and back fat and lower tummy area. So just speaking from my own personal experience, like, I was never able to train my body. Like, some people say that, oh, like, if you do sit-ups, you'll get a flat tummy. Like, that was never the case for me. Like, I feel like I could only lose weight and then my body lose weight in certain areas faster. But I know that you can do things to help, I guess, assist in certain areas or build muscle in certain areas. And therefore, if you build muscle, I think it actually burns fat around that area. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I know when I really started to want to work out, like, my love handles, I would do like the side dumbbell lowers, where you get the dumbbell in one hand and you lower it to the side. That helped my sides, as well as eating right. That's like the number one thing, like making sure that you stay away from carbs mostly. For me, I had to stay away from every type of carb. Like, I couldn't even have fruit because it would just go straight to my stomach. For me, carbs go straight to my stomach, whether it's bread, rice, pasta, sugar, any type of sugar. It just goes straight to my stomach because that's where I gain my weight first. Because that's the first thing to go, and that's the first place it goes back. So eating right, staying away from carbs, I think definitely will aid in those losing that weight. Cardio also helps lose weight around your overall body, and then working on toning. I would do some research on online and just type in some type of exercises or weight training you can do. I will start videotaping the stuff that I actually do, like when it comes to weightlifting and shit, the stuff that I actually do. I'll start videotaping that so you guys can kind of see some of the stuff that I do, because I know that when I first start out, I normally don't do too much weightlifting, because to me it's all about getting into the routine of me getting out the hardest part, which is the cardio. And when I first started, I just kind of sticking to the cardio and trying to stick with that, and then I'll move forward and then like start incorporating weights and everything like that. I hope that helped. I don't even know if I answered the question. So does the vest make you lose weight around your breast? So this is my first time using the vest. It's, like I said, it's been about a month that I've been using it consistently. So far, I have not seen any shrinkage in my breasts, which is a good thing because I ain't got no breast either. So I don't need none of that shrinking. But I haven't really noticed any shrinkage in my breasts. Honestly, if it does shrink, they got padded bras. I don't care because I need this weight to go. So if my breasts got to give it up for the cause, then oh well, so be it. But I don't see any shrinkage. Where should I start my journey? That's a good question. Just start. No, it's not that easy. I think you should definitely just start off with cutting back on things. Okay, this is okay. So maybe you should start off paying attention to your body. Paying attention to your body and how your body feels when you eat certain things. Paying attention to the times that you eat, how many times you eat, paying attention to your regular day and activities. Do you have a job where you sit down a lot, or do you have a job when you work, walk around a lot? Pay attention to that stuff, and that will help you start eliminating things that you don't need and your body doesn't need. Like, for instance, I know when I've ate some crappy shit, because I'll wake up in the morning and I feel horrible. And I'll feel like I'm freaking drunk, like I done drank a whole bunch of alcohol the night before, but I really just ate some bad shit. And I started paying attention to that, and then I would eat right, for a couple of 3 or 4 days, and I start feeling different. And you start off by paying attention to stuff like that, and then you start to move forward and incorporate it into your everyday life. Noticing okay, my health is number one, and I want to feel better. You should always try to go into this weight loss thing, trying to focus on making your health better instead of the physical, how you look physically. That will come into play, and that's a super huge added benefit. But the number one thing, it should be focused on how you feel, because the numbers are not going to always be there. You're not going to always feel like you're getting the payoff that you feel like you worked for, when you just look at your body and be like, oh, well, I feel like I went in and I only dropped 1 pound. But you have to pay attention to how your body feels. So I would say start off with paying attention to your patterns and what you do, and then moving forward after that, start incorporating little elements slowly into your day. This is bothering me. Sorry. That was bothering me. Start incorporating little things like changing how you eat, eliminating sugar, eliminating fast food, start walking. And then when you feel like those little changes are beneficial, or you start to see benefits in it, that's when you start to go hard. You start to, okay, I'm going to work out 4 days a week. I'm going to do hour cardio. I'm going to make sure that I only eat 1,500 calories a day, stuff like that. But you have to do your research. You have to make some type of plan, and you have to stick with it and be consistent. But I would just start off with eliminating certain foods that you know are not good for you, and incorporate doing 30 minutes of activity a day, physical activity. And then as you get comfortable with that, then start to, up your routine. But I think that's basically how I would start off that's basically how I did start off my journey. And I started off with no expectations. That's the biggest thing. We go into it like, oh, I'm about to start this and I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in the first month, and then you feel like, you're disappointed when you don't hit that, and then you don't want to do it anymore. Go into it just being open-minded and looking at it as, okay, this is something that I'm doing to better my health. I'm not doing it to lose weight. I'm not doing it for this or that. But I'm doing it to make myself a better me. You know what I'm saying? How to slim tummy area. What do you eat? So like I talked about before, stay away from carbs. For me, everything don't work for everybody, but for me, carbs go straight to my stomach, and I always feel bloated. So I like to stick with meat, protein, vegetables. I have fruit occasionally, but when I do, it's like blueberries or grapes. Grapes are not that great as far as the sugar count, but I don't eat a whole bunch of them. Stay away from carbs, and try to stick to low carb. Low carb has worked wonders for me when it comes to my stomach, because like I said, I notice a difference when I'm eating carbs versus when I'm not. Like, it's not the fact that, and people say, oh, you won't lose weight when you eat carbs. No, that's not true. Like, if you're putting in the work and you're watching what you eat and you're counting your calories and making sure you have the proper nutrients, you're going to lose weight. If you're doing that plus working out, you're going to lose weight. It may not be as fast, and it may not be in certain areas. And that's what I feel like when I just stick to carbs and I eat carbs, but I keep it to a minimum. I lose weight, but not not around my stomach. But when I start to cut back on my carbs, that's when I start losing weight in my stomach. And you have to drink hella water. Like, hella water. Like, you got to drink water to the point that your pee is like super, super light. And I noticed that the more water I drink, the more I sweat, and the faster I lose weight. That's just how, I don't know. Google it. No, I'm just playing. I don't know, but that's what works for me. Like I said, everything that I'm saying is not like some set in stone shit. Like, it's not like a Bible. It's not, things to go by. It's just tips that me personally, I've been through this journey three times around. Like, it's just stuff that works for me. So hopefully you can take what I say and incorporate it into your own. I've really noticed how some people give opinions and say, oh, you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that, and oh, don't eat carbs, oh, don't eat fat, don't do this, don't do that. And it's like, okay, like there are so many different ways you can lose weight. The most important thing about it is just being consistent with whatever you choose. But I hate when people try to downplay whatever someone else is doing because they're like, oh, that doesn't work, or oh, you're not supposed to do this or not supposed to do that. And it's like, I think the best thing to do is just to do what works for you. And if it means you got to take a little piece from this little workout, or take a little piece from this diet and take a little piece from that diet and put it together, because you have to make something that works for you. Because if you try to stick to this because fucking Jane and John Doe said that this fucking shit will work and you'll lose weight like that, you're not going to be able to stick to it, and it's not going to be realistic. And you have to pick something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. And then another thing, what someone else does doesn't mean that's gonna work for you. Like, everybody's body is different, and people try to say like, oh, well, you have to do it like this. You don't have to do shit. But don't let people mislead you by saying, oh, well, if you don't do it like this, you won't lose weight. Like, find what works for you, and the only way you can find what works for you is by trial and error. Like, okay, you try keto. Okay, well, I realize I can't get my goddamn carbs that low. So, you know what? I'm not going to even do keto. I'm going to do low carb. I'm going to make sure that I stay under, 50 grams a day instead of me trying to hit that damn 20. I'm good. So I don't want to do that. Like, it depends on what works for you, but you won't know until trial and error. So just figure out something. If you have to try keto, if you have to try paleo or whatever diets are out there, well, not diets, lifestyle changes. If you try different stuff and then customize it to what works for you and what works for what you want to eat in your lifestyle. So don't let nobody tell you set in stone, you have to do this, you have to do that. Fuck that. Because at the end of the day, nobody is doing this journey but you. This is your journey, and you have to make it work for you. And that's the fastest way to make somebody quit, is telling them they have to do something that they can't realistically do. So remember that. That was a whole long ass rant, but just remember that. I have to